Well, it's safe to say the Ramsey Pier is definitely one of Ramsey's biggest infrastructure projects. And I'm joined here now by Tom Durrant. Tom, you are the sort of brainchild behind this whole reconstruction project.
Yes, I am. There are lots of people.
Where exactly did it first start?
Lots of people don't feel as if they want to just put the pier back as it was, and that's not what the sixth formers want. They actually want to see some entertainment on the pier, and we need to raise money because we've got to look after it after we've built it. And a lot of people think that they can go back to the way it was in the 1990s, and it can be looked after. After all, it's all brand new paint, and it's going to be there for 25 years worth of paint before any work has to be done, and that's as far as their brains will go. In actual fact, we need to think about this pier being here for hundreds of years and looked after properly. And that's the mindset that I haven't got very much of amongst the people I'm talking with.
So in the long term then, it's as you say, is it really about young people and getting them involved in these sort of reconstruction projects?
Well, they've got to, it's theirs, not mine, my age. I've just told you what my age is, but I mean, there are all these people working here today will all be dead by the time the pier is actually used in anger. And so we have to involve them. So I'm going back to the sixth form in the autumn, and we're going to tell them what the lower sixth said 3 years ago, and see whether we still get the same sort of process.
Well, I suppose they are the future, but if you're going back in time, when this was a functioning pier, what exactly was it like here in Ramsey?
Well, it was very busy. I got lots of lovely old photographs of the way people used to get down to the boat in time, because they're all going to get on the steam packet, and they're going across to either to Fleetwood or to Belfast, or they're going to Liverpool, and that's the way it was. And I'm not sure how often they called, but of course the end of the pier, it is only 4 foot deep at low tide and 12 foot deep at high tide. Wow. So it's a limit on the amount of shipping they can actually call. And I know Douglas has got great plans to have a deep water cruise ships coming in. But you know, I've been on many cruises. I spend most of my time on cruises. I can tell you that when you get on a cruise ship, the food is second to none. We thoroughly enjoy ourselves, and we only go out to buy a badge or a cup of tea. There's not much money for the local community wherever we dock. And I'm a bit concerned that Douglas thinks that they're going to make a good deal of money from this deep water bed. Now, I want to make plans to be able to do that here. I'm going to say something very controversial now, and that is, this is a conservation area, and at the end of the pier, as I say, it's only 12 foot high at high tide, but about 40 feet further out it drops down to 100 fathoms. So we have all kinds of retired people here, including people that used to run BP, and they have oil rigs. And I want to be able to put an oil rig further out with a causeway that allows the shipping to come here as well as Douglas. All right? So when I say oil rig, and everybody says, oh no, I couldn't stand the fact there's going to be an oil rig. It will be just like a helicopter pad, you see. You won't see much of it at all. So we can always alter the hydraulic legs on the oil rig to match the pier.
Well, surely you can see a lot of opposition to that kind of idea.
Oh, I know.
With the Isle of Man being the whole biosphere centre and ecological centre of the world almost. Really? You think an oil rig is what the Isle of Man needs?
Well, it all depends. We wouldn't be able to bring any cruise ships in here except by tender. I've been to many islands around the Pacific where they get the tender out because there's no harbour to be able to go into, and there's nothing to stop us having the tenders coming to us at Ramsey and allowing people to be able to have the opportunity of coming into town.
Tom, we've got so much to talk about here. We're going to do a part 2 of this really nice interview actually about the Ramsey Pier.